Hello and welcome to day 7 of the month of Biz Love. I am Tara Swiger and I help makers and artists feel awesome about their business. And one of the ways I do that is through this, the month of Biz Love you are watching right now. This is day 7 of our 30-day exploration into building a business you love. And it has 3 parts. The first part is the workbook and the challenges. It's going to walk you through all of the questions, the challenges, so you can answer it for yourself privately. You can find that at taraswiger.com/monthofbizlove. And if you sign up there, you'll also get an email that tells you where to find all the other parts of it. The second part are these daily video lessons, which sometimes include pictures of the ocean. They're often me just teaching you that week's lesson, giving you a little more behind the scenes of why I think each challenge will help you love your business better. And the third part of it is on Instagram, where I post the daily challenge and I invite you to share your answer to the challenge either in the comments or in your own Instagram feed with the hashtag #monthofbizlove. I strongly suggest you check out the hashtag #monthofbizlove on Instagram. It is full of inspiring answers. It's a great way to build and meet the community. So video lessons, workbook, hashtag, you can find it all linked up at taraswiger.com/monthofbizlove. Now let's get into today's lesson, which is about creating a goal. So a lot of you guys, I'm sure, set goals at the new year or when you started your business or when you wanted to work on some area of your business. And the reason why a goal is so important to loving your business is for a couple of things. First of all, it helps you recognize where you want to go. It helps you prioritize what matters to you and filter out everything else that doesn't. So by setting a goal, you say, I care most right now about this thing. I want to work on this thing above all the others that I could work on, because there's a lot you could do in your business. But by setting a goal, you help yourself prioritize. And I really think of a goal as a filter. Everything else you think about in your business, you're going to put it through the filter of your goal. Is this in alignment with my goal or isn't it? And that means you're going to say no to a bunch of things. And we're going to talk about that later in the month of Biz Love. But I've found, and my students have found, that by saying no to things and by saying yes to your goal, it's easier to love your business because you're working on the things that you really, really care about, and you're getting rid of the things that you really don't care about or that aren't appropriate for you to worry about or pay attention to or work on right now in your business growth. So setting a goal helps you filter out what doesn't matter and focus on what does matter to you, bringing you closer to your dream business than if you just worked on everything all at once without prioritizing. Okay, so that's the first thing it does. The second thing it does for loving your business is setting a goal helps you see what you've accomplished. If you don't have any way that you're measuring your progress forward, then you're not going to be able to acknowledge all that you're doing in it as you make progress forward. But a goal that has a measurable metric that you're going to check in on at the end of a certain time period really sets you up to know if you've made progress or not. Now, your monthly review alone without a goal might do that if you put a couple metrics in there you want to measure, but a goal is actually making that even more specific and saying, I want to measure this specific metric in this specific time frame, and I want to make this kind of change. And then, of course, it guides you to choose actions that are going to do that specific thing and gives you that filter to say, is this action or is this task or is this quest going to move me forward towards that goal, or is it not? So setting a goal gives you the information you need in order to measure your progress, and that is going to actually make you feel better about your business. Now, I've recorded a podcast episode. My podcast is Explore Your Enthusiasm, and I'll have to find the exact podcast episode for you and link it up below the video on YouTube. But I did a podcast episode about why people are afraid to set big goals. And this might be something you've struggled with. You might worry that by setting a big goal, you're actually just going to disappoint yourself. But in fact, Studies have found that often a big goal causes you to take more action than you would if you just had a do your best goal, which we talked about a couple days ago in the Month of Biz Love Challenge. So you need to know what kind of goal is best for you now, a difficult goal or a strategy goal, and then pick one. Pick a time frame, pick a metric, and set it. Decide what you're going to work on, and then go to work on it. So my map making guide, which you can find at tarasweiger.com/map, walks you through the steps of once you have your goal, breaking it down into a strategy, into what you're actually going to do next. We also do this in my programs, Liftoff and Starship, which you can find more out about at tarasweiger.com/lift if you're interested in setting goals every quarter and reviewing them every month, like we did in yesterday's Month of Biz Love Challenge. The last thing I want to say about goals is I want you to think about it, and I just read this metaphor recently in the book Super Better by Jane McGonigal. Again, I'll link it up in the YouTube show notes. But the book Super Better talks about setting goals and thinking of them as video game levels. So if you set a goal, or rather, you played a video game level and you didn't, win it or survive it, I can't think what the word is, pass it the first time of your goal, you wouldn't be that upset because you would just start, if you still have lives up, you would just start the level again at the beginning and run through the level again and try to survive it. And you would do better the second time because you know what's coming. Right? So in a video game, when you don't reach the goal the first time, you just work on it again the next time. I want you to think about your goal in the same way. If you don't pass the level the first time, or if you don't reach your goal in the time, in the amount of time that you wanted to, or you don't grow the metric as much as you wanted to, that's okay. You've now learned a bunch, and it's going to be that much easier to reach it the next time. You're not going to only go through it and win it the next time, or maybe the next time, but you're going to get more power-ups, you're going to get more stars, you're going to have more knowledge, you're going to have more skills. And video games, in fact, are built so that you don't pass every level the first time, but going through the level multiple times builds the skills you need for the next level. Your business and maybe even your life, but definitely your business and your business goals are exactly this way. The skills and abilities you learn to say your goal is to make your first $1,000 a month, right? Have your first $1,000 a month. The skills and abilities you learn to have your first $1,000 a month you're directly going to need them to have your first $2,000 a month or your first $10,000 a month. The skills are going to build on themselves. You're going to get stronger and more knowledgeable and more able to make your business, whether it's sales or it's audience or it's craft shows, doing your first trade show, even if you don't make any sales, makes it so much more likely that you're going to do your second trade show and make more sales in your second trade show. So that's what you want to keep in mind. Your goal is like a video game level. So don't be afraid to set a goal that's super big and that is super challenging. Now my window is getting really wet. So I think that brings us to the end of today's challenge. I hope you guys have enjoyed your little ocean view, and I want you to set a goal and tell me on Instagram. Share it with me and use the hashtag Month of Biz Love so I can find it and comment it and love it up. And don't forget to check out that hashtag and encourage each other. It's hashtag Month of Biz Love. And if you don't yet have the workbook, you can get it at tarasweiger.com/monthofbizlove. Thank you guys so much and have a very excellent day.